Chris, you're local here in Dallas, right?
That's right. Was born in Baylor and moved to Albuquerque for a while, and then we've been back here since '86.
So tell us about your interest in filmmaking and how it actually started becoming a reality.
Actually, I hesitate to call myself a filmmaker. This is my second film. I've been an artist for my entire life. Started with drawing, hand-built cameras, pinhole photography, casting, mosaic, some printmaking, and made my first film, Old Man, almost on a dare from some guys, some friends of mine, and we've been talking about making a film. One of them was a musician, or is a musician, Jonathan Lacey, and the other guy, Jeff Lane, had some interest in producing film. So we started that, and that was an interview film about the relationship between sons and their fathers, kind of older fathers. And that's a short, it's 30 minutes, played South by Southwest at the Austin Film Society showcase, and we won the TFPF, the Texas Filmmaker Production Fund grant. Kevin Von Erich's in that. And in the middle of that process, we were transcribing the footage, and since it was an interview piece, there was a lot of footage to transcribe. And I don't like to sit in front of the computer, even though I have to quite a bit. I like to shoot, and I like to gather and make. And so I said to Jeff, Jeff, you got to get us some cameras, man. We got to shoot something. So Dallas Golden Gloves was happening, and that was in December '02. And we went down there and thought, well, we'll shoot a short film. We'll shoot a one-off of this tournament. It'll be, a neat thing to shoot at the old Bronco Bowl. And that's where I met Coach Hatley and his sons. And probably about an hour after I met him, I thought, well, this is going to take a while. And sure enough, they won that tournament. All the guys, Dominic Littleton, Greg Corbin, Charles Hatley, and Greg Hatley Jr. And they went on to state. We followed them to state. Next thing I knew, we were in Vegas for nationals. Then we were at '04 Olympic trials, and now it's 2010.
So your film is going to be making its world premiere at the Dallas International Film Festival, which must be a big thrill for you since you're a Dallas guy, right?
Yeah, it's being in Dallas and having the world premiere here gives us an opportunity to, I don't know, take advantage of our localness. The guys are from here, I'm from here, the film festival's here. It's a chance for them to get some attention, and that's really what the film was produced for to begin with. So.
Great. Well, now the first thing I think about when I hear about kids getting ready for Olympic trials and working to get on the Olympics, I think of figure skaters and their moms and the little feature pieces that I see on ABC Sports about how mom has to get up at 5 a.m. and drive 100 miles every day to practice. And I've seen a clip from Sweet Science, and these guys have a different routine. It's quite a contrast.
It is quite a contrast, and I've worked with some of those figure skaters shooting video for some North Texas stuff. But it is quite a contrast. The getting up at 5 a.m. and driving 100 miles, that's all Coach Hatley. Most of the boxers that you'll see in the film, he brings to the gym. It's his responsibility, and he's taking care of these guys. A lot of they're not from families that are going to have skater moms. Not to say their parents aren't interested wholly, but the majority of the kids are coming from single-family home or single-parent homes, and Coach really has kind of filled the father role in their lives. So he's the skating mom in our film for everyone.
Right. Now, the filming, you've told me a little bit about how long it's taken, and how many hours do you consider your best estimate, and how many miles? Where all have you traveled together?
My best estimate on the footage, and it's pretty close, is it's around 600 hours total footage. And we traveled, let's see, Fort Worth, Dallas, Oak Cliff, Las Vegas, Toledo, Ohio, Tunica, Mississippi, Alexandria, Louisiana, Bakersfield, California, Houston, Chicago, Cleveland. Yeah.
So this ended up being a massive undertaking and an incredible commitment on your part, not to mention the guys who are trying out for the Olympic positions. Did it overwhelm you at any point? Did it end up being a lot more than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, it was a lot more than I thought it was going to be, and it did overwhelm me. I don't want to say, well, let me backtrack. I don't want to say it overwhelmed me. I was to the point of being overwhelmed for a majority of the film. The first frames of footage you will see in the film are the first frames of footage I ever shot, video. I'm from a still photographer's background, and I picked up the camera because there was nobody else to shoot. And you'll see, hopefully, in the film, the level of production value increase as we go through the years, because it was, all told, a 6-year shoot. And I think we get better. The audio gets better. I know the picture gets better. But it was, we were self-funded for, up until '07 Olympic trials when I met Don, and then he's funded the post-production. My wife and I sold a van, I sold a truck, and we've lived lean. But I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, and they asked me why, because I haven't been paid on this at any point in time, and wasn't looking to be. It's when you make a documentary film, especially a long play direct cinema piece, I mean, you're taking a risk, and it's just, you just have to do it because you want to do it, not because you're looking for anything in the end, financially anyway.
Yeah.
But the guys, their measure of dedication and the measure of dedication necessary to make an Olympic team, to even try to make an Olympic team and be serious about it, is phenomenal. When you get to the upper levels of amateur boxing, there's no difference in talent between the guys. The difference in talent is infinitesimal. It's tiny. The guys who win are the guys who are more committed. And I felt like that to make a film about people like that, I necessarily had to be the same way. Otherwise, the film wouldn't be correct or true. So, yeah, it was slightly overwhelming, but it was what needed to happen. So, and then all told, we've been editing for 2.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I love the small part of the score that I heard on the trailer. Eric Mingus, tell me about how his music came to be involved in the production.
Yeah, Eric, that was great. From the beginning of this film, when we first started, the first time I saw any of these guys box, I thought we have jazz as a soundtrack for this film. It has to be. It has to be hard bop or bebop, somewhere in that vein. Something with a lot of rhythms to work off of, and improvisation, and call and response. And I thought this is perfect because it's just like boxing. So for the temp track, we had it was a majority of Charles Mingus music. Better Get It in Your Soul, Isabel's Table Dance, Self-Portrait in 3 Colors. I mean, we used a lot of his stuff. But of course we knew, I mean, there's no way we're going to be able to afford this music on the back end. We'll just have it in here as placeholders, then we'll get some guys to come in and they'll play Mingus-esque, and it'll be okay. And so that's what we thought we would do. But Brian Hockenberry, our offline editor, he went up to New York for New Year's, and he was at a cafe having a coffee, reading the Village Voice, and he saw a picture in an article about Eric. And Eric in the article was hitting a speed bag, and he was talking about how jazz and boxing were a perfect match So Brian, he calls me, he says, you got to see this. So I got online, I read the article, I found Eric online, I contacted him, and he called me back like that, and he wanted to do it bad, because his dad taught him how to box and brought him to the gym, and Floyd Patterson worked with Eric, and Eric was a Golden Gloves boxer, and he was in agreement about the jazz boxing mix, and so we just worked it out, and his music is beautiful. It goes so well with our film. I don't want to say it goes better than his dad's music, but it does really, because it was written for the film.
Sure.
And he's an incredible musician. We were really, really lucky to get him. A friend of mine who shot stills on this film, Denny Doran, he's a volunteer out at the Bridge here in Dallas, and he's putting together a mosaic project where the homeless will build a mosaic, and we're not sure where it's going to go yet. So that's what's in pre-production there, and I'm going to do a short doc on that. So,
okay.
and I'm excited, real excited about both of us.
Great. Well, Chris Howell, congratulations on having your film selected in Best of
Thanks.
Luck.
Appreciate it.